Apparently, in New York City, some little liberal arts, Ivy League, pink-haired, crazy liberal who's never worked one day in the real world is on an environmental commission. And they woke up from their little nappy poo, wherever that may be. And they're like, I figured out how to save the world today. We have to get rid of coal oven pizzerias in New York City. We got to stop that. The emissions, I guess, is pollution, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Pizzerias use coal ovens, all the best, all the best. And this environmental commission, la-di-da-da person wakes up and wants to ban coal ovens? Are you fucking kidding me?
Can I start this story by saying that I think Dave Portnoy is exceptionally drunk in that video. I think that he is shockingly drunk there. I mean, between the redness of his face and his slurred speech, that man definitely had a few before he set his phone up to record this. And now Dave Portnoy is just ridiculously upset about what he thinks the new NYC pizza oven and coal regulations are. His rant went into some unhinged territory as he eventually threatened to strangle the person who put these regulations in place.
Now, this ain't gonna happen because people unite on something like this. You already have somebody who was already outside like Government Center or whatever they call it in New York, throwing pizzas at the workers, being like, you're not taking our pizza. So no, I don't think this is gonna happen. But this is sometimes like, hey, Dave, you can't threaten people. Well, this is a threat. I can threaten people. If they come after John Zableeker, I will come for their throat and I will never let go till I squeeze the life out of them. Leave the pizzerias alone.
Potentially the most ridiculous part of the story is the fact that no one is trying to ban these pizzerias. The regulators are not coming for your pizza ovens. They just want to cut emissions. BBC News covered this and wrote, plan to slice New York pizza oven emissions by 75% causes backlash. Now from that article, the new rule proposed by the city's Department of Environmental Protection will apply to coal and wood-fired ovens installed before 2016. Restaurants will be required to evaluate their exhaust systems to determine if they can be outfitted with scrubbers capable of trapping pollutants. If so, they will be required to install and maintain them. So it's essentially the regulation is to install emission control devices. It's not to ban these types of, pizza ovens. But it's not just for climate, but it's also for individual health reasons. From CNN, there are nasty health implications to spending a lot of time around coal or wood-fired stoves, said Michael Seelbach, National Assistant Vice President of State Public Policy for the American Lung Association. Burning coal and burning wood directly could lead to wheezing, coughing, and asthma attacks, he said. Prolonged exposure has been linked to lung cancer and premature death. But of course, this sparked outrage among Republicans, similar to what we saw with their outrage towards the gas stoves. Here we have Representative Jim Jordan saying, first they came for your gas cars, then they came for your gas stoves. Now they're coming for your pizza. Un-American. Now, personally, I would say covering up sexual abuse in a locker room is un-American, but apparently Jim Jordan and I have a disagreement in that realm. I think that not wanting to increase the rates of lung cancer and childhood asthma in this country is a pretty noble mission. But apparently, again, Jim Jordan and I differ on that front. Now, DeSantis even promised to prevent the taxation and banning of gas stoves, despite how few gas stoves there are in Florida. Here's the headline from WFLA about that ridiculous outrage towards gas stoves. Only 8% of Floridians have gas stoves, but DeSantis promises to fight potential ban. Also, like the pizza ovens, there was never a single proposal to ban gas stoves. I mean, Jeff, if they're not coming up with something fake to be upset about, I mean, what would they even be doing?
So as a political commentator, every time Jim Jordan opens his mouth and I get an opportunity to see or hear what he says, as an Ohio resident and an alum of Ohio State, I have to apologize to everybody. He's our problem. I don't want to inflict him on everybody else. We should deal with him, even though he's not my personal representative. He's a representative to the north. But either way, he has to shut up. Like, if he doesn't have victimhood or claiming that something is going after him or the people he represents, then he doesn't have anything, because he doesn't propose or introduce bills or legislation to make the lives of Ohioans or Americans better. All he has is aggrieved white male stuff all the time. It's all he does. It's all he is.